Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be building and discussing a do-nothing machine that actually does something. We're also going to be seeing how this works, so let's get into it. Now first off, we need to make this part here. This is going to be our base. Its dimensions are 10 cm of total length, running through like this, are the same for this side. This part here is 4 cm in length, and this area from this point to this other point is 2 cm. That will leave the remaining parts to be 1 cm each from the sides. Now for this curve here, taking your pair of compass with a radius of 1 cm, place the other leg of the compass at this point where these lines meet and trace out the curve. Do this for the other curves, and your template plan should look like this. If you want the already made template with all the parts and their dimensions, you can check the link in the description below to get it. Once that is done, take a piece of cardboard shaped like this. Notice that its shape synchronizes with the marked out area on the base template. Here, we'll need another of this, but this one should be larger than the latter by 0.3 cm. Place them together like this, and you should notice the 0.3 cm size difference. Glue them together firmly using a super glue and sand off the edges to reduce friction on it. Once that is done, it should look like this. We will be needing 4 of these parts, so we need to make 3 more of it. Once all the parts are ready, attach them to the base template. While attaching them, do make sure that the bottom layer is in line with the curved out area in the base template. Now check for how well it allows for movement by sliding a piece of cardboard underneath it. If you notice any hitches here, just sand off the area to make it smoother. Do the same for each side. Once you are done with that, your base template should look like this. Notice here that there is a straight tunnel-like path through the ends of the base. This indicates that the parts are in line. Moving over to the next part, this will be our sliding beams. It's of length 5 cm and width 1.8 cm. Take another piece of cardboard of equal length 5 cm, but width this time to be 1.2 cm. Place them together like this, leaving equal spaces on the sides. Double the top layer and glue the pieces together and sand off the ends. At the center of the piece, make a hole. Make sure the hole doesn't bulge out of the other end of the cardboard. It should penetrate the first 2 layers. Now put a small piece of lollipop through the hole. Glue it with super glue. You will need to make 2 of these parts. Now we'll be placing the parts onto the base like this to see how well these beams will slide on it. While testing, if you experience hitches, sand off the parts so it moves smoothly. For the last part, this is going to be our rotating handle. Its length is 15 cm and width 2 cm. You can decide to make yours longer. Now these holes here are 5 cm apart, and these other holes are for holding our drawing pencil or pen. Make sure the pencil holes are farther than 10 cm from the other end. I'll make 2 of this piece and glue them together to make it stronger. Now fix it on the base like this. Just to see how well the beam slides with the rotating handle. With this, we are basically through with our do-nothing machine. Now we need to paint it. I'll be painting in 2 colors. Yellow for the base and grey for the movable parts. Once the paints are dried, couple back the machine and secure the knob so the rotating beam doesn't pull off when in motion. And that's it. Our do-nothing machine is complete. Now let us understand how this do-nothing machine works. Take 2 circles, one to be half in diameter of the other, and place the smaller circle inside the bigger circle. Then rotate it around the bigger circle. Any point on the circumference of the smaller circle will make a straight line that is the diameter of the bigger circle. This means you can choose any point on the circumference of the smaller circle. and move it back and forth to bigger circle to form an ellipse. Notice that these two pegs here are moving in straight lines back and forth, but they can't hit each other. Also, if you try to trace out the movement of the rotating bar, it forms an ellipse. And with the aid of that, you can see that the machine can clearly trace out an ellipse here. The different positions in the pencil hole in the rotating beam is to increase the size of the ellipse being drawn. Here is how it basically draws an ellipse. And that's it on our Do Nothing machine today. I hope you had a great time learning about it, how it works, and how to build it. If so, please give this video a like. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any new video. Here's a teaser question. Why do you think it's called the Do Nothing machine when it actually does something? Leave your answers in the comment below. I'll see you in the next video.